Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Emily, the Petite Beauty blogger, and in today's video I'll be doing makeup on a budget. So with 2020 of course being an entire mess, I know there are people out there that struggle to find makeup in their price range because you can get makeup that is extremely pricey, but I'm here to tell you that you don't need to buy all the price makeup because you can do makeup that looks fab on a budget. So all the products I will be using today are budget friendly and also mainly drugstore, and I'm a massive advocate in believing that price doesn't always get you better. I know maybe this could be a little bit of tea, but I know a lot of the pricier brands, their products actually cost as much to make some of the littler brands, but they just stamp the fancy name on it. So really don't believe everything you see. I mean, I do buy, obviously that I do own luxury brands, but I definitely own more budget brands because that's my budget. I can't afford to keep buying, you know, expensive brands, but I save up and buy expensive stuff that I like. But mainly I really do like budget brands. I'm obsessed with Makeup Revolution. I love NYX. I love BH Cosmetics. They're really good professional makeup brands that do great makeup cheaply. So yeah, you could easily do a fab glam look on a budget. The first product I'm going in with to prep is Makeup Revolution Hyaluronic Acid Moisturiser. Now this is an overnight one, but because my skin is extremely dry, I do like to apply this normally because it just has that more of a moisturising effect. And this will also double up as a primer, so you don't always need to buy a primer. I know some people might disagree with that, but I think it works just as well. So you don't need much because it is rather moisturising. That's probably way too much, but I put it all the way down my neck and I do it on my décolletage. Fancy. But I use quite a bit because my skin gets really dry and it has a lot of texture. So I like to apply it on thickly, and then I sometimes use it as a mask, and then sometimes I just leave it in to set a bit, just to shrink in, to really help my skin get the shrink it needs. For primer, I'm going in with the number 7 Airbrush Away. Now this is probably the most expensive out of all my budget makeup because number 7 is kind of up there, but I do have another primer that I love, which is the Honey Do Me Up, and then normally I've lost it, so but this is good. It's the pore minimizing primer. Now these tend to be a bit drier, so I usually just use them on my problem areas, which is like my chin and just here and my forehead, and I don't apply much because of course I want my skin to be like smooth and nice because my pores are massive. Ugh. But this is a bit more drying, so do be careful, but it works. This is basically a cheaper version than the Benefit Professional. I mean, I love that. Before I went into different primers, that was my go-to, but then of course, you know, I found my Bobbi Brown one that I am in love with, and of course that is definitely not budget, so we're not doing that in this video. Now moving on to foundation, one of my favourite budget foundations is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Hydrate, and this is in the shade F5.7, and this is a radiance foundation with hyaluronic acid, and it says it's medium to full coverage. Now I've used this on this channel before when I did my full face of Makeup Revolution, and I'm an advocate for this. It's a really good, just cheaper branded foundation, because I know sometimes it's a struggle to find foundations in your price range because they can be expensive, but I like this one, and it's got some skincare properties in it, so it's a bit more kinder to your skin. I'm just going to use this little sponge which I got from Spectrum, I believe, just to apply it, and I'd say it was medium to full coverage. Yeah, I know a lot of foundation brands, so it's medium to full coverage when it's pretty sheer, and that really bugs me because I like makeup brands to be honest, and this one is. Now, Makeup Revolution is one of my favourite cheaper brands. I know they've had a lot of misses with some of their shadows and highlighters, but my favourite product there is actually one of their highlighters, which is the Ice one, which I use probably in every video I've done on this channel. As you can see, it's covered my redness because I get redness on my face. I mean, I'm pretty olive toned, but I get redness on my face, and this covers it. The next product I'm going in with is a product that's very familiar on this channel, and that is of course the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define in C3. Now, you've seen a lot of the big YouTubers rave about this. This one, because it was a bigger one, I think this one cost me about £7, I could be wrong, but because it's an even bigger one, but their normal one's £4, and it's the best concealer I've ever used, and I use it every single time I do my face. I don't own another concealer. I always buy this one. I've gone through about, oh god, I've gone through loads. I'm not one that likes to spend a lot of money, so if I can find something cheap that works brilliantly, then I'm going to be snapping that up quickly. So I'm going back in with that same blending sponge. Just going to buff it out. Now, this is really nice because it's creamy, it's nice and thick and creamy, and it just covers what you want to cover. And what I do to make the most out of it, I leave my under eye till last, because if you leave it for a bit, it will dry a bit and it will kind of give you more of a coverage and more, you know, more pigment, if that makes sense. It kind of conceals more when you leave it a tiny bit. Now, for setting powder, I'm going in with the Makeup Revolution Translucent Loose Setting Powder. Now, I do really like this one. I will say, don't get their one with the gold lid. I bought that one and it reflects like nobody's business, and I really don't like that one. So just a little tip, get the one that's pink. And like this, I would say though, it works on me, but that's because I'm pale. It does sometimes leave a bit of an overcast. For me, that's not an issue because I'm pale and light, but if you are someone with a deeper, darker skin tone, then you can give it a try to see what it's like. But from my own past experiences, I'd say maybe find another powder. I know it's not budget, but I really love the Laura Mercier powder. Oh, one powder that is good for maybe those that have a deeper, darker skin tone is the banana powder. Makeup Revolution do a range of banana powders for all different skin types. So they have a deeper one, they have a lighter one, and that's one of my favourite powders. It sets, it doesn't leave any texture, it makes it very smooth, and oh my god, I love it. Now, whilst this bakes, I am going to do my brows. Now, I don't actually own a budget brow product because my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow has lasted me a very long time. But I am an advocate that you can use different makeups, different parts of your face. I love that idea and I do it all the time. And the product I'm going in with is this eyeshadow. Now, eyeshadows are perfect if you're wanting to cover your brows. They fill them in nicely, and yeah. And it's one of my favourites. So this one is the I Heart Revolution, and it's the Choc Mint. Now, these ones were meant to be like, you know, the Too Faced ones. They did tons of these mini ones, but these ones don't smell like chocolate, unfortunately. But they are really cute, and I'll be going in with that dark brown there. And then what I like to do is to help kind of blend it all in together, is I go back over with my spoolie just to brush it out. Then what I will do is I'll go in with my NYX eyebrow gel to seal it together. Now I'm just going to quickly wipe away that excess powder. Now for contour, I'll be going in with my Kiko Milano bronzer in Waterflower Magic in 01 Warm Honey. Now this is more of a warmer, while this is a bronzer, so I wouldn't necessarily, you could, but I prefer to use this more as colour rather than actual contour. And my good other contour palette is my BH Cosmetics Big Studio Pro one. I'll put a picture here, that's another one I like, but I just wanted to do this one today because it is autumn and I need to add a bit of warmth into my skin. So I'll be applying it using the Spectrum A04 brush because it's my favourite. And just warned, there is a lot of fallout in the pan. Obviously that's not a problem with me, but it may be for other people, so I'm just going to put that in there. So we'll do my classic. I know some people say don't do that, but I do and it works fine for me. Yeah, so this is very pigmented, so do be careful when applying it. See, you can kind of see a slight difference. And I love it. And sometimes I like to bring it down here, and I like to bring it down on this bit. I know that seems crazy. I never fully go like that and then that because that would just be wrong. But just for the excess, just to help it blend all together. This is perfect when your summer tan is fading and you just need that extra tan. So as you can see, the contrast with the powder and concealer with the bronzer, it's creating that kind of shape. So I've created more of a triangular shape to kind of sink my face in, because my face is very round and I'm trying to make it not look round. I'm trying to make it look more cut and concealed, and you know, you're synced in. I'm more fab. I mean, rock whatever face shape you got, but me, I try and make it not look as round. There you go. Moving on to blush, I'm going to go with my Clarity palette. Now this was £20, so it's up to you whether you think that's budget. To me that is, because you do actually get 8 blushes and 2 bronzers, and for £20 that's £2 a product. I think that's budget to me. And for today's look, I will be going in with a mixture of Fixation and Kink, because I kind of want that pinky shade, but I still want to have some kind of deepness and a bit more of a blushy warmth to it. So you can make any creation you want, just mix them up. And of course there are great tones for everyone in this palette. You've got some deep ones for the deep dark. They would look stunning on deep dark, and of course they can also use these lighter ones, and vice versa. I wouldn't necessarily, I don't think I've ever tried going with that one or that one. I think it would look like I've been punched in the face, so I tend to leave those ones alone. But you can really just try what you like and see how you get on. It's all about trial and error. And as you can see, I'll carry on the other side, and I'm only doing the apples of my cheeks for this one. I like to apply it and then blend it upwards. So I like to put the majority of the pigment on my cheeks, like so, and then I blend it up. I don't tend to put too much blush up here, just because I like that bit clear for my highlighter. There we go. Moving on to my eyes, I'm going in with the Makeup Revolution Rachel palette. Now this palette cost me £9, and in it you do get 9 shadows. So that's apparently, if we're doing maths, which I failed at. So, but I really love this palette. It's basically got all my transitionals that I like and my deeper ones for crease, but then it's also got some shimmers, some that gorgeous shimmer called Chip, and then it's also got the gorgeous pink. Now pink's my favourite colour, so I might add in a bit of that to my look today. I'm not quite sure yet, we'll have to wait and see, but this is going to be a really cool look using a budget palette from one of my favourite TV shows. I'm going to start off with my base colour, and that is going to be Dinosaur, which is this one here, and I'm going to apply it using the Morphe M524, and it's just a really big fluffy brush. Now the next product I'll be going in with is this one here called Barney's, and that's going to be my transitional. I'm just going to apply it here, do short scratching motions first, and then soft circular motions. As you can see, that is pigmented, so we really don't need much. And I'm applying this using the Morphe M411 brush. It's a really nice blending brush. And I got this in the sale, so it only cost me like a couple of quid. So that is another good budget thing. Especially makeup brushes, I love to look in sales, because makeup brushes, you know, last forever. Sales are my dream. You can get a lot of great things in a sale. For the inner bit that I'm going to be deepening, I'm going to apply the colour using the M138 out of the Morphe range, and I'll be using Crush, which is that deep, dark, kind of purpley brown, which is right there. Now be careful, because this is a very deep colour, so you really don't want much, as you can tell. And now I've got the colour kind of stamped in, and I'm going to do soft circular motions just to help blend it out. And then what I will do is go in with a clean brush just to help blend it out, or maybe go back in with that brush I used before for my transitional, just to blend the two together. Like so. And the product I'll be using for my inner corner here will be, can't decide, maybe a mixture of On a Break, so I love the yellowiness, and then also Chip, because that bronze is giving me life. So what I'll probably do is apply that one first, and then put On a Break over the top. Before I apply those colours, I will just go in with a tiny bit of concealer, just on that inner corner, so we can really make use of those pigments and really help those shimmers pop. Now all I'm going to use is this tiny brush, which is Morphe B12. I'm going to use it just like a paintbrush. Apply the shadow. Now whilst that dries slightly, I'll be using the Morphe M560. It's kind of like that, and that's just a really simple brush just to apply the colours I want. So I will be going in with Chip here, then On a Break. So the Chip is just a gorgeous bronze that will mix in beautifully with Crush, which is that outer corner shade. I mean, oh my gosh. I mean, Makeup Revolution killed with this collection. Oh my gosh. That is incredible. I might just do this. I love a good bronze. Break just to highlight. But I'll do mainly Chip, just to help brighten my eyes up. I mean, oh, I'm obsessed already. So on my inner corner, I will be going in with Push Over, that gorgeous pink, just on my inner corner, and I'll just use the same brush I used for Chip. There we go. Now what I will do is go back in with the Morphe M138 brush, just to apply some of that Crush on my lower lash line, right here, like so, and connect it in the corner there, and bring it round, like so. And then I'll go back in with the Morphe M560 brush, just to apply some of that Chip, shadow, shimmer, in the inner corner here. Fun. And that just adds a bit of fun. No, me personally, I don't always like to do inner corner stuff because I think it looks weird on me, but every now and again I will just push the boat out and just have fun, and sometimes I live for it. Like so, and that just gives it a bit of extra craziness. Sometimes you've got to step outside your comfort zone. Okay, now I have done that, I will be going in with liner, and the liner I'm going in with is the Wet and Wild. This is one of my favourites. I love this one. This is cruelty free, and I try with all my makeup to be cruelty free. I'm trying to be better, I'm trying to educate myself more. I just prefer to buy stuff if it's cruelty free. Like, I don't really like buying stuff if it's known to test on animals, so it's always good to look out for that. So I'm going to use this liner just to create a nice simple wing. So I've completed the eye look with liner, and the real winner has been that chip bronze shimmer. It's one of my new favourite shadows now, and I'm obsessed with it. Now for this look I'm not going to be applying lashes because I'm not feeling it today. I'm just not in a lash mood. But if you want to, Ardell's do really good lashes for like a £5. They're really good, but today I'm just not feeling it. So all I'm going to do now is apply a mascara. And the mascara I'm going in with is the Kiko Milano one, which is called Sparkling Holiday Volume Mascara. Now, I went into a Kiko Milano store. I'd never bought Kiko Milano before, so I was trying it out, and these were at the counter for £1, so I thought, Jesus, I need to stock up. And it's now one of my favourite mascaras, and it only cost me £1. So sometimes it's worth going into just random makeup stores because not all of it's going to be expensive, and I'm obsessed with it. So, as you can already tell, you can kind of see a difference, which I'm obsessed with, but I'll move in closer, I'll move the camera in closer, and then we can do before and after. So, there's the before, and there's the after. I know it's hard to tell because I've got liner on, but you can really see the difference on the length and the volume. Yeah, you can just tell. Moving on to highlighter, I'm going in with the BH Cosmetics Spotlight Highlighter 6 colour palette, and this is a bit more budget for me because it has all the different highlighters in it, and this is one of my favourite palettes. Obviously my ultimate favourite is my Makeup Revolution Ice palette, but I don't want this to be a full face of Makeup Revolution because I'm using a lot of that. So I'm literally just going to go in with Glow, and I think this is meant to do Moonlight. I could be wrong, but I love it. Oh, yes, now you can see why it says Glow. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. And for my nose I always use my finger because I just prefer it that way. See? Oh. Yes. I mean, I can't get over how gorgeous that is, and I will just put a tiny bit on my brow bone just for that. Pow. Ta-da! So, I will now be moving on to lips. Sticking with the Friends theme on my lips, I'll be going in with the Monica lipstick, and this is a cute rosy pink tone, just like that, and that's going to go great with the pink we have in our eyes. And over the top for gloss, I've got the Joey lip gloss, which is so cute. It's got all the sandwiches on the lid. Oh, it's so cute. Starting off with the Monica, I'm going to apply that first. And now I'm going in with the Joey lip gloss. Now last but certainly not least, for setting spray I'm going in with the NYX Dewy Finish long lasting setting spray, and I've used this a lot on my channel. These ones are some of my favourites and they're really inexpensive. I will search how much they are. I think they're £11, so not too horrendous, and it really sets my makeup and makes it look fab for longer. Now, as I'm pulling off this look as more luxury, I am going to quickly get changed just so I can look as fabulous as possible with my budget makeup. So I very quickly got changed and everything I'm wearing now is budget. This was from Primark, this hairband. This shirt was from New Look. You tell me down below if this looks like budget makeup. To me it looks just fine and fabulous, and yeah, I'm loving those eyes more than I thought I would, and the lips are looking really juicy and plump. It almost looks like I've had lip fillers, which I haven't, and my skin is looking pretty smooth, and that highlighter is to die for. So comment down below if you like it, if you have any budget makeup you want me to try, if there's any in my list that I did today that you already love, then brilliant. And I will be putting the look on my Instagram at Petite Beauty Blogger. You can also check out my pro Facebook page, facebook.com/MUA by Emily. Now I know we can't have makeup artists at the moment, but if you have any events next year that you need a makeup artist for, then you can book me far in advance for that. I am happy to oblige to do anything. And I will also link my website in the description box down below, so you can check that out too, with my portfolio and all my prices and everything. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you'd like to see more like these, then please don't hesitate to tell me. If you have any ideas for videos, then please tell me, DM me, whatever. And yeah, I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!